Hey, hi everyone. It is Dementia Von Grimm, and I hope you forgive a look. I just really didn't feel like putting on like an hour's worth of makeup to do this sort of thing. I did invite some of my friends that also go to Spooky. I don't know if they'll be joining, but I wanted to start a series because I know Spooky Empire is Florida's, I think, the Southeast's largest horror convention, if I'm not mistaken, here in Orlando. SpookyEmpire.com if you don't know the address for the website. Um, I'm kind of winging this here. So the next one I do will be a little more constructed, I guess. Um, but yes, Spooky Empire, it is Halloween weekend this year. I want to say October 30th to November 1st. It's taking place at the Hyatt Regency across from the Orlando Convention Center on International Drive. I want to say 9801, something like that. Anyway, it's right across from the convention center. It used to be the Peabody, for those of you Orlando locals. It's now the Hyatt Regency, and this is the first time this convention is going to be at this venue. We're going to get into that because I actually did visit the venue. If you look up on YouTube, I think my YouTube account is connected to this. It's youtube.com/users/demigoddess, something like that. Um, I did go and I did a walkthrough. The place compared to years past, if you've gone to the convention at the Wyndham, at the Rosen, at the where else were we? The Hilton or the DoubleTree, where we've been the past couple of years. This place is so much huger. It's going to be a huge show. Let me see if I can work this whole screen share thing. And if I can, I will show you the screen share. Let's see how this works. Yes. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. We are sharing. And if you look at the bill, this was a flyer that was given out at Walker Stalker this past weekend at the Orlando Convention Center. As you see, it's October 30th to November 1st, the ultimate Halloween weekend. I was right, 9801 International Drive. I do absolutely recommend booking your hotel room now if you can, if the hotel's not sold out already. When you reserve your room, I'm going to double check this, but I believe that you have to use the code Spooky Empire. I'll confirm that. But when you mentioned Spooky Empire or Ultimate Halloween Weekend, and that'll give you the 119 a night rate. Trust me, this hotel is absolutely going to be worth it. I know many of you are used to the $99 a night. Reserve your room before they sell out because they're going to sell out with this guest list. I'm surprised they're not sold out already. But yeah, 119 a room for this place. It's a fantastic, fantastic deal. We've got Neve Campbell from Scream and The Craft and movies like that. We've got George Romero, the godfather of zombies. They just announced Malcolm McDowell. Most of you probably know him from Clockwork Orange and the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. We've got Louise and I'm not even reading. Yeah, Louise and Lisa Burns. Those two, and if you read about them on Wikipedia, they're absolutely fascinating people. They were the Grady twins in the classic The Shining. We've got Tony Todd, which was Candyman. Skeet Ulrich from, that's been with Neve Campbell and God knows how many movies. Rachel True, who was from The Craft as well. Eddie Munster, Butch Patrick. Julian Sands is a huge, huge addition. I don't think Julian Sands has ever done a Florida convention before. We have the Fright Night reunion. We've got Amanda Bierce, William Ragsdale, and Stephen Jeffries. That's something else I want to get to in a future hangout, but that's we'll get to that. We have the Rocky Horror reunion. Now, rumor has it that there will be a Rocky Horror show Halloween night. So be sure to like I said, with Barry Bostwick, Nell Campbell, and Patricia Quinn. Yeah, as it says on the flyer, reserve your room today, 119 a night. When you mention Spooky Empire, the number's there. Follow the Spooky Empire is on all the channels between Google+, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, and they're also on Periscope, and that's something that I'm going to be talking about in a future uh, podcast or whatever this is called. But yeah, spookyempire.com. Make sure you follow them. Hang on a second here. I'm still not good with this Google Hangout thing, so excuse me a second. Stop sharing. And there I am. Hi. Hi. But yes, that is the guest lineup so far. They still have a couple months to announce some other guests. I know of one or two that I'm not going to divulge just yet, but I probably will in a future scope. I just wanted to get this out there because I wanted to share with you, because I've been going to Spooky Empire since 2004. That was when it was down in Fort Lauderdale. Wasn't the first year, but it was the second year. So I've been to all the spookies. I have got all the tips that will absolutely make this experience one of a kind for you. Now, I am someone who has been to horror cons literally all over the country. Monster Mania, Mad Monster Party, went to Fatality Fest, went to Frightmare. I've been all over the place. I've been to a number of different conventions. And this is hands down one of the better conventions to go to, because it's run by a fan and it's run by someone who personally invests himself in this business. This isn't a corporation like you see happen with many conventions nowadays. Many conventions, it's all just a big money grab and, you know, professional photo ops and 7 different levels of VIP, and it's all very plastic and very corporate. This is not the case. I know that the organizers literally oversee every part of this convention. They really do put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. And they really blow me away every year, because every year I wonder how they're going to top the year before, and they always manage to do it. Between them, the security team, the volunteer team, they've really put together a great group of people, and they really continue to amaze year after year. There's a number of us who have become a family. It's a long running joke, but we've become a family, you know, through this event, and it's really been something else. But for those of you going, I absolutely do recommend going the whole weekend, not just on Saturday. And here's why. If you go to conventions at all anymore, Saturday is always the busiest day. It's going to be impossible to find a parking spot. There's going to be lines. It's going to be crowded. Now, if you can only go Saturday, I get it. I understand. But I would suggest, if you could, you know, getting the whole weekend and going the whole weekend, because I don't think everything is going to be able to be done in just one day. That's how big this con has gotten. I've met a number of these celebrities before at other cons. I will be going over that in a future cast. But let me go over some of the basics. Number one, there are going to be lines. A lot of people are going to be complaining. They do every year, and I really don't understand why. They are going to be complaining. But you know what? Lines are an opportunity to just relax and take in everything around you. You're there for the same reason as a lot of other people are. You're there to enjoy horror, you know, to celebrate the fandom with other horror fans. So take a minute, look at the costumes around you, get to know the people in line with you, hydrate, bring some snacks with you. And if you don't, bring a book, bring a camera, you know. Doesn't matter how long. The lines usually go very, very quickly. They're very efficient with the lines. You're going to wait in line. And that's just a fact of life. And, you know, suck it up. Lines are really not a bad thing. Parking. Parking is always a huge, huge deal. Now, I am going to research this a bit further. From what I understand now. Now, remember, this is an upscale hotel. Parking, I believe, is going to be, and I will find out more about this, $18 for the whole weekend. And that is a prime spot on iDrive, and I think that takes care of the whole weekend and not just the one day. I'm not sure. I'm going to double check on that. There is not, to my knowledge, another area right there where there's a secret parking spot you can get for cheaper. If there's something else, by all means, please let me know. Thursday night. Thursday night has become For those of you that go to Dragon Con, many of you know about Thursday night, which is now Wednesday. Wednesday's the new Thursday. Thursday night is usually a night for a lot of the longtime regulars to get in, to settle in, so this way no one has to rush around on Friday. Friday night, a lot goes on. You know, people hang out by the pool, they start drinking. And since the hotel is not that far from Universal, a number of people get together and do Universal Halloween Horror Nights on Thursday night. So if that's your thing, that's something you may want to look into. A number of people go to Halloween Horror Nights on Thursday night. Some of the celebrities do it as well. So that's something to consider on Thursday night. There's also, let me think what else, because I didn't take any notes. Like I said, this was a quick trial run through sort of thing. And like I said, I've been feeling good today, so you know, next time maybe I'll be a little more human looking. Yes. Now I believe I'm going to confirm this. Zombie Walk. This will be the last thing I talk about right now. The Zombie Walk. There normally is a Zombie Walk that kicks off the whole con. That's on Friday. Normally, you know, around like 3 or 4 in the afternoon before everything opens at 5. Even if you're not into zombies, I know the last year or last couple of years, they've mixed it up with the whole Sugar Skull Cinco de Mayo celebration. And if they do that, great. But they always have some sort of pre-party to open things up. I do recommend partaking, and even if you're not going to do the zombie thing, it's great just to people watch and fantastic photo opportunities. Usually the Deadite Empire is who runs it. There are a number of makeup artists that do fantastic special effects makeup, not even just face painting, but they do prosthetics and things like that. And some of that's really, really cool. There are too many artists to name. There's a number of them that do that normally costs anywhere from $15 to $30 depending. So if those of you asking about budget, that's going to be as much. That's that. They also have some vendors there as well if you want to get some early swag. Now, for some of the things I'll be talking about in the future of the series, like I said, I'm going to be bringing in others as well that have been doing this as long as I have. Best things on what to pack, best costuming tips, best or celebrity etiquette. You know, as far as meeting the guests, the best ways to get the most out of your celebrity experience. Some of the best vendors. Best ways to navigate the hotel, some of this and some of the secret things that a lot of people that may not be listed in the program that you may not know about. So I feel like I'm talking a lot, so I'm going to get going, but this was just the first in a series. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.